Welcome back to the channel, Loving Love Mallorca. I'm Andrew, and today I brought you down to ALCUDIA port. It's in the afternoon, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's absolutely a gorgeous day, so I thought it would just be nice to show you around the port itself, to show you exactly what's going on and what's not. So come along for the walk. Look at the beach, looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at the people over there paddling. Look at them over there. The side street, just standing by Muddies now, and it's looking ever so busy. It's a good flow of people walking around with the restaurants and the cafes and things. This is perfect, isn't it? Nice to see so many people about, isn't there? Look at that. And if you fancy a little kip in the afternoon, oh, what a better place. These are the restaurants. These are the restaurants I tell you about all the time. You can sit on the pallet, for a better word, overlooking the sands. You'll be part of the beach itself. Such a lot happens down the port all day. Some of the restaurants only open in the evenings. Come down here and have a nice meal with an evening. Have a cocktail or beer. What a view, eh? Lovely view, isn't it? There's lots of tapas up for grabs along here. And we get some baguettes as well, cocktails. Yeah, they did the road up, didn't they? So it's only one way in, which is that way up there that comes in. And this road is the only road that goes out. They've taken away the taxi rank, put that a little bit further up last year. They've got a good handful of shops. They've made the pavement a bit bigger, as you can see. They've invested a little bit of money around this part. You do them from here. There's a few sheds and boats down here and things you can choose your excursion. If you're in your boats, you've got so many boats here to have a look at. The bridge was dismantled, a little part of it at the end a couple of years ago, hasn't even been put back together yet. Yeah. I'd like to do a breakfast with dolphins type of thing, where you get your boat out to the middle of the ocean and see some of the dolphins and have a bit of breakfast with them. Not in the water obviously, but that's what they call it, breakfast with dolphins. Here you can rent, if you're licensed or unlicensed, you can rent a boat accordingly to your skill, should I say, or you can hire a skipper. And you can let the skipper take the strain. And if you can remember here, this is where you feed the fish. I don't know if you can see the fish down there, they're quite big at the moment. But these are where you'll find the boats. A boat for all occasion. And along here, they have a few fairgrounds rides that open up for the young'uns, as you'll see in a second. Love the flowers, little pot plants they put along here. It does make it finish nicely, doesn't it? I am planning on making an evening film. But I think it's just as nice during the day, eh? To be honest, just planning on making an evening film, walking around the restaurants, showing the difference between the day and the evening down the ALCUDIA port. That's a big bouncy castle they blow up just there as well. And if you'd like to have a look at some of the bigger boats, they're down the end of here, which we'll see in a minute or two. They're huge ones. Got some people taking a speedboat trip. And also along here you've got some restaurants as well. So imagine if you can have, as you're eating your evening meal, looking out towards the boats or towards the beach in the evening. Don't forget to always check out the menu of the day. You get some mains, some starters, some mains and some desserts, and a drink each for $12.50. So it's always worth keeping an eye on the menu of the day. So I was saying, the further you come away from the beach part, the bigger the boats become. Very impressive, some of them, aren't they? They really are. And down the end of this jetty or harbour, or whatever you'd like to call it, you've got the, like I said, the big boats. We've also got a lovely cafe down the end. You can sit there and look over the ocean and have your drinks. And there is a big hotel just over there. So I'm down the end now. These are the big boats, big ships. Apart from this, you've got a couple of shops around here, as well as a restaurant that you can have some beautiful ocean views as you're looking out. This is a restaurant just here. You just get yourself a coffee or a beer and just look over to the boats and just dream. And then walking back, I can either carry straight on where I walked up from, or turn left and have a look at the beach side, which I was talking about. It's called the ALCUDIA Mall. And you've got this beach on your doorstep. So we're going to have a quiet period of swimming and things, and we've got a while to do it. We normally come round this way because, as you can see here, it's ever so quiet. And this is where we lay down our towels and we have a little bit of a relaxing day just round here. So if you follow the path around, you end up just here, which is a perfect little path if you're fit enough to start the swimming from here. And it's lovely, eh? Lovely looking hotel, isn't it? So going back, you've got a little path, you can walk back by the road, but I always like to walk by the sea edge. You can sit on the wall there and have a little drink. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Get yourself a nice day like it is today, and it just makes it feel so special, doesn't it? And then in the port itself, there's plenty of restaurants for everybody's choice. There's some tourist shops, there's a little amusement arcade, and the bonus part of it, that in the summer months, there's an evening market. So that's quite nice, just to come down here and see the stuff that's homemade in the market. So I was saying here, this is where you'll find the bars, the restaurants, all the rest of it all. But this isn't it. Everybody thinks that this is the port just here. But the port goes a long way back. There's loads of little roads that head off this and head off road, with loads of little restaurants and cafe bars and everything up there. So it's worth just walking up any one of the sides and just keep on walking around, because you'll find some right hidden gems up there, to be honest, you really will. Saying earlier, renting a boat or having a skipper take the reins, as it were, you'll find lots of different boats up here and lots of different choices for your ability. And also they have some jet skis up here as well. So as I was saying, down here you can get some of the big boats. You can buy your tickets down here. These are some of the restaurants I'm talking about. So if you want a meal, want tapas, or just a drink, or just an ice cream, you can find anything you like down here. And right down the bottom of the port, past the restaurants, you'll find the ALCUDIA sign. Everybody talks about it. Loads of people down here taking photos of it, sitting on it, and all the rest, all the whole time. There it is, that's the ALCUDIA sign. And then if you take a right here, you'll go down to the port, the proper port, where you take your car, your lorry or whatever, and you go over to Barcelona from up here. This is where we normally come up when we come to Barcelona. We end up in that port just there. And we've got a few more shops coming this way. Let's go up that way there. So a few, it's a supermarket, a few other little bakers up there and different bits and pieces. So apart from plenty of cafes, a few restaurants and things up this part, you also find a car park. As I said, you'll find loads of these little connecting alleys, for a better word, that connect the back to the front, with loads and loads of restaurants and things down the side. Just here on the right hand side, you'll notice the large car park we've got, and they are free. You do often see a chap in there wearing a high vis showing you to a space, and he does hold his hand out for some money, but he doesn't work for the council. So you've got a clothes shop just on the corner, a pharmacy right in front, a few shops further up, and a couple of hotels. And we can turn left here, where you'll find quite a handful of restaurants of some kind or another down here. And it's the same, there's loads of roads, off roads, that we can have a look at. Now, but in the evening, you have a lot more people come round, and the restaurants start filling up, and it does get into a different kind of atmosphere around here. So as I was saying, there's lots of different tapas bars, restaurants around here. There's a few up there, there's Shamrock up there. It's very interesting when you just come off the main beaten track, as it were, and just start looking around some of the side streets. Leads into another area. There's a church behind me, a few tapas bars down there, and a couple of shops across the road. Tourist shops, another little bit of parking. If you rent an electric car, you will find there are a few electric hookups around now. It's a lot more than what there used to be was And here's a space here. So check some of these restaurants out there. They are nice in there, down this part. And that's a church just there. Well, you do hop into proper local places. But the good news is down the port, you will find a lot of places open all year round. So in the winter months, if you are over and you do fancy a bite to eat, you more likely will find something around here that you will fancy eating. Plenty of places to park the scooter around. So we've just come out now at the beginning of the port again, to the opposite of the beach. You'll find a few shops at a sports shop. Just here, this is a big one. This sells all your designer clothes and things. Find a few other little designer places up there. It's a little fish and chip shop in the middle. Again, there's a few little hidden gems, and it's really well on the bus route. And since they've done all the work in the port itself, this is where they've moved the taxi rank to. So you'll find loads of two shops. So this is Lloyd's fish and chip shop I was just talking about, just up the little alley just there. Loads of tourist shops like this. There's a hotel in the middle and a good handful of restaurants as you go a little bit further up. So I hope you liked today's film. If you did, I'd like to give a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget Facebook page Love Mallorca. And I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers guys and goodbye.